Okay, ready? Start. It is not the answer that enlightens, but the question. This elegant perspective was articulated by Romanian French thinker and playwright Eugene Lonsko. Enlightenment through depends on whether the questions are asked. This week we'll see the start of the Monsoon Session of Parliament. Theory has it that members of parliament draw the attention of the government to the concerns of those who elect them. In practice, the focus of MPs has been more on party politics and less on everyday issues haunting those who send them to parliament. Increasingly, the parliamentary process, which costs taxpayers crores of rupees, has been reduced to an opportunity for raucous rhetoric. Here are some critical issues the MPs may want to flag to get a picture of the state of governance. Foods in smart cities. The monsoon has brought in its wake predictable images. State after state is reporting floods in underdating towns and cities. Remarkably, many of the cities are on the list of smart cities. Pune apparently could not handle rains of more than 50 mm. Frequent failures are buried under the alibi of climate change and that useful phrase, unprecedented. The saga of the Smart Cities program deserves a doctoral study. For now, MPs may want to ask how much money has been spent on the initiative, if at all. The Smart City program funds scenario modeling and suggests a study of cities to map vulnerability from droughts to floods to scarcity and excess out of the school student. The pandemic dealt a body blow to lives, livelihoods, and the education of children. Over 1.5 million schools with over 247 million students were hit as schools were shut for over 18 months. As per ACR 2021, 4.6% of students in the age of 6 to 14 were found to be out of school. It is true education is a state subject, but the implication of children being left out of school are national. Ideally, UDISC should have answers, but even in the age of digital governance, its latest report is for 2021. MPs must seek data and assessments of program announced. How many children are out of school? What is the level of teacher vacancies? What about access to devices and the internet for online support? Any evaluation of improvement requires a baseline. Vacant post and joblessness. This column has earlier highlighted the curious paradox of joblessness and vacant jobs. The Modi government recently announced a big push to fill vacant posts in government, targeting the filling of 1 million posts in 18 months. The idea is welcome, but what about vacant posts in the states? While the number of vacant posts at the center is known, over 18.5 lakh posts, the data on posts in states is a non-unknown. MPs must seek data on vacant posts across levels in the states, in secretariat, in state PSUs, in urban bodies, Sila Parishad and Tier 3 institutions, and create the momentum for them to fill. Why are MPs giving state governments a free pass? Understanding unemployment. The confluence of consequences of events has compounded an already confusing landscape. India has always struggled to present a current picture of employment. And this is a country which pioneered data collection and analysis in the 1950s. The periodic labor force survey presents more questions than answers. There is data on man hours of job created by government spending, recruitments, retrenchments by private enterprises, EPFO registrations, enrollment on the eSram platform, and MGNREGS record payroll payments. What is missing is intelligible collation. Surely, assimilation through filters can deliver a partial, even if not a complete picture. MPs must campaign for a credible quarterly report on employment. Access credit to MSMEs, micro, small, and medium enterprises from the backbone of the economy in employment, in output, and in exports. However, their ability to access credit is limited by systematic bias. An August 2021 report of the Standing Committee on Labor suggests 8 of 10 MSME lack access to institutional credit. It is true, though, the pandemic MSMEs were supported with schemes for restructuring loans. It is equally true that those without access to bank credit suffered and have shut down. It would be instructive for MPs to seek white paper on the landscape of credit to MSMEs. To start with, it can seek answers on how many registered MSMEs have access to formal institutional credit. This then can be widened to include micro enterprises across the sectors.